Okay, so today I thought we would play with some gouache and some stencils. These are 2 stencils that I got in a pack. I got these from, I believe I got these from Temu, which is probably a problem now. I'm not sure if I'm going to use both of them, but I'm definitely going to use this one. I might use this one too. But we're going to start off with some light layers of gouache. Right here I have my colors today. We're going to use the white, ultramarine, black, ochre, and Prussian blue. And let's get started. I've got a trusty dagger brush here. I'm coming with a little bit of the Prussian blue with a little bit of ultramarine. Okay, this may be too much. I don't know. Let's make it a little watery. Let's spritz down our paper. Get some of this color out and just start working. I kind of want it to be, let's start here. So I want it to be a little lighter at the bottom, go up to the top. We're just kind of laying in some lightish layers. Wispy sky. Let's come in with our knife and put some marks through here. It's looking pretty tame. I think we can do better. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to use those stencils, but I really kind of wanted to try today. Maybe let's get a little darker up here at the top. Okay, I've got a little bit of red here that I picked up. I'm gonna mix in. Okay, that was perfect, and then I ruined it. Let's make it lighter. There we go. I don't want it too pink, but I thought some pink hues through here might be kind of nice. Really subtle pinky tones coming down through here. Just to kind of mix it up a little bit. Okay, let's come in and make a new color for the bottom part. I'm gonna mix up yellow ochre with that Prussian blue that we had. Maybe a little bit of black. A little bit of black. Make a nice green color. I just scrape it across. I've really been liking these subtle layers to begin. I think we're going to keep it pretty subtle so that we can add the stencil over top. I don't think I want it to be too... Let's add a bit more yellow in here. Just for a little bit of a different tone. A little bit of water. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry. Okay, I've mixed up a little bit of a greeny gold color that's a little darker than this one. With the ochre and the black. I'm trying to get it just right. I think that's pretty good. And I've got this stencil, so I kind of just want to follow this mark through here. I noticed that the stencil has a lot of fun details in here. I'm just going to try to decide which one is the best one. I think this one coming through here is good. We're going to try it with a stencil brush. Let's see how this works. I didn't really think this through. I think more of a dry brush technique is where I want to go with this. I used to use stencils a lot in my work in the past, especially on the jelly plate, which I promise you we're going to get the jelly plate out at some point. I think I need a skinnier brush to get through here, though. Well, this is a fun way to add marks to your work. Any stencil works. I don't even think I've used this one yet. Okay, let's pull it up and see. Ooh, that's fun. I got a little bit carried away there, but I don't mind that. It's a little messy over there, but that's okay. We can always come in with a palette knife and make it a little bit more painterly if we want. I'm okay if it gets a little blurred in places, but I like that. It's kind of fun. This one really intrigued me as well because I thought down here at the bottom might look kind of fun with these marks. I want to continue with that color. I think so. Let's continue with this color. I'm going to get a little bit more water in there. Not a whole lot left, but we'll see what we can do. Might be something where we have to do a couple of rounds of these. What if we just put a few more up here just to see what it looks like? We're just sort of playing. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's fun. I actually really like that. I like these more organic shapes, I think. Let's do, let me wipe this off real quick. We could probably come in with another color. Maybe more of a khaki color through there. I like that. What if we did, do we want to do the same? I don't think I want to do the same one. What if I just did, let's bring it down so it's like overlapping a little bit. Let's try it. Let's just try it with this brush and see. Let's see what happens if we add just a little bit of these marks through here. The stencil brush was kind of working. I wasn't really grooving on it. Okay. Don't know that that was more successful. I like these bigger blobs better. Let's put more of those in. And maybe a little bit more water. I don't want to cover up the entire bottom part with stencil, but I want it to be noticeable. Yeah, I think that's good. Let's see. Yeah. I sort of like how it kind of is breaking up that area a little bit. I do want a little bit of darker marks over here, though. Let's put some of those in. That corner to be a little darker. Okay. Let's let this dry and then we'll figure out what we're doing next. Okay, so I've mixed up a little bit of yellow back into that green mix. Made it a little bit more goldy. Got a fan brush out. So I just want to make a mark going through here. Okay, that's not wet enough. Feels like the fan brush, you need a lot more water to make it work. It's a fun brush. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of sweep it through here. So we're going to start skinny and kind of make a mark like that. And I'm maybe going to put some littler marks through here, maybe. Kind of just add some of that yellow ochre in there. Oh, I like that mark though. I do. Okay, I've mixed up some white into the ochre green mess that we have over here. And I just want to put a mark across here. I kind of want it to come down this way. Getting a little thicker with the paint. Making bolder a little. I'm kind of trying to build this up a little slower. than normal. But it feels very beachy to me, doesn't it? It feels very beachy, like crazy beachy. That's a nice mark. I think I want to bring, I feel like I want to put some blue in there, but I don't know. Maybe, okay, let's put in a little bit of a blue mark through here as well. This is the Prussian blue with some white. I don't know if I love that. So let's add more. I don't hate it, but I don't absolutely love it. I don't feel like that was, I mean, I'm kind of trying to build it up and it's not really, what if it was a little wetter through here and it just sort of kind of came down like this into this spot a little bit. Kind of blur our line a little bit. Okay, we're gonna add a bit more stencil here with a little darker color. I feel like it needs just a little bit more of this line mark making through here. It's very similar to the ladder stencil, only a little bit more organic. Okay, I like that. I do like that. I feel like we need more of this color through here. So what if we just brought some of it down? The gouache has made me very fussy. And I think that's because I'm not terribly confident with it yet. Still, it's a very picky medium. Like it's super, super picky. Okay, I like that. Okay, we're gonna come over this blue again. I just don't like it. Maybe if it, like, I like this sort of dry brushy thing. Maybe just through here a little bit. It's just got to be more subtle, I think. It's just too much. Let's come in with a bit of palette knife. I'm gonna make some marks through here. So it's kind of coming through a little bit. Okay. Get some marks down here. Okay, now I need to figure out what we're gonna do. I think there's some really nice things going on. It needs to be bolder. Let's see what happens if we put more of these marks through here. Just to kind of define the foreground and the back. Oh God, I got some blue on my brush. Well, I actually don't absolutely hate that. Maybe that's what it needed. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I don't like that. Let's try a little tinted charcoal here, just in some spots like right through here. These are the DeWent tinted charcoal, and this is the green moss. And we're just using a strainer to make some texture marks through here. Love it. We haven't used this in a while. I think I want it to be, I think I just want it through there. Maybe over here. Let's give it a high spritz. No, I'm not gonna fuss with it. Let's let that dry and I'll figure out what we're doing. Okay, I think I want a little bit more over here. Real subtle. Let's spritz. I went too high. That's all right. So the tinted charcoal is going to stay in that position if you get it wet, and then wet over top of it. And you can see I've got some dust up here. because I'm messy like that. Not too bad. I try to cover it up, but I really should do a better job. Okay, let's let this dry. Okay, what happens if we put some oil pastel down? I grabbed this yellow one. Okay, that's different. Do we love it? Do we hate it? Not sure. Scrape it a little away a little bit. We can't just leave it right there. I do like that though. I think that's nice. What if it were just sort of, I think this is really gonna brighten it up a little bit. It's feeling very dull. I love oil pastels to add pops of color, because they are much brighter, these Haya pastels, than the gouache, which dries matte, which is fine. I do think that the gouache is a really nice complement to oil pastels, and I just love the marks that we can get when we scrape back in. I think that's my favorite part. Okay, so we got the yellow. I think that's good. We've got the ochre in there. We probably need one more color. All right, we're gonna add a little bit more of that yellow. Just right through here. I think that's really nice. I was a little worried about the yellow. I wasn't sure how it was gonna do its thing. I like it with that ochre color. It's pretty. I still haven't decided what the next color is gonna be. All right, so I've got this green and this ochre that I kind of put down here. I couldn't decide which one I liked, so I think we're gonna use a little bit of both. They both kind of do something different, and maybe they can be used in conjunction with each other. And I've completely covered up all the stencil marks that I made down here. Oh, that's gonna happen. You guys know me. I get on something and okay, I don't hate this, but I feel like it needs to be more. Trying to create a darker bits up here at the bottom. Okay, this has got to come in a little bit to this, otherwise it makes no sense. I just want hints of that green. I don't know if the green works, but we can always cover it up. That's the other good thing about gouache. It's pretty easy to cover things up with it. I'm kind of embracing my inner fussy side with a little bit of messy mark making. Trying not to be too fussy, but it's really hard. It's hard not to be fussy. Okay, I don't think I want to continue that all the way across. I think I need some black marks, and then I think we're done. I lied. We need some white. We definitely need to, now that I have most of that blue covered up, I'm a lot happier with this area through here. But it definitely needed, I'm not sure if I even like this part up here. This green part was bugging me, so let's cover that up. Didn't like that part. Wasn't really serving any purpose. Does it need some more blue in the sky? sky, maybe. Is the sky a little boring? No, it might need some more white. So we got white there. Probably need a bit of white coming through here a little bit. And maybe down here. Tell you, not having power yesterday totally screwed up my whole day. Like, I didn't know what I was doing all that. I was like, oh, I gotta make a video. But I can't make a video because I have no internet. So I went and worked in the yard because that needed to be done. I'm just babbling, sorry. Okay. I feel pretty good about this. I think we need some black marks, and then we're going to be done. So the first marks I'm going to make are through here. Just to kind of give us a sense of movement through there. Next one's going to be through here. Need our dark horizon lines. That kind of looks weird now. It's probably got to continue over a little bit. And then maybe just a few. I'm liking the small palette knife. It's easier to use. It makes good marks. It can sometimes be a little hard to put more oil pastel over oil pastel. It does work. So be patient with yourself. That doesn't make any sense. There. I don't like it when my lines don't connect. Okay. I think I'm good there. Let's look at it with a map, see what it looks like. Okay. Final thoughts. I like it. I like the sky. I like the lines I put in the sky. I like the stencil through here and here. I like the stencil that I put down here, but it wasn't enough. It was a good start, but it needed obviously more on top. What's that? There. I love the marks that I made through here with the pastels. Pastel over the gouache seems to be a very good way to go. I'm liking it. I like how we took that sort of drab, plain painting that we were in the middle of when it was sort of ugly and gross. And brought it out some life in it with that yellow. I think the yellow is the highlight of this painting. I think the yellow really made it pop and made it dimensional. It feels very beachy to me, but also kind of prairie. I don't know. I really like it. I think it has a nice sense of depth with bolder marks here. Very subtle going back to the background. Something I've been trying to work on is giving this sense of depth without making things dark, because that's usually how you do it. You put dark things in the front, light things in the middle, lighter things up top, or darker things up here to lead your eye back. But I think we can do that with texture without making it dark. And I think we're pretty successful here. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let's come in for a little bit of a close-up. So again, I'm loving the textures that we got through here. Over here, some really nice textures, and so fun when you get up close to it. I really like these marks. I like these brown marks through here with the little bit of the charcoal dust. I think makes some really nice marks. Scratching away and going back into work has always been one of my favorite things to do. And you always hear me say it 1,000 times. Sometimes it's not what you put down, but what you take away. But yeah, I really love the marks that we made through here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Click over here to see the last video. And I'll be back in a couple of days with another video on Friday. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.